Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I just got home from work a bit ago and I'm really tired. I'm sorry for looking like this. I think I wore this exact same outfit in a video or two ago, and honestly I just don't feel comfortable wearing anything else on camera right now. I do have a few things to share, a few things I want to talk about, and I do have a topic for this video later on, but first things first. Hi, we have 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which honestly I am still processing. I can't even process it to begin with. I wanted to just say thank you so much for being here. When I joined YouTube back in started making videos 2014, 2015, I saw 10,000 subscribers as like an ultimate goal of mine. If I ever reached that, then that will have meant, like, that was my 1 million. Like, if I ever reached 10,000, that was like so crazy. And we hit it a few days ago, and I actually filmed a few clips of myself reacting to it in real time, so I will insert that right here. You guys, I had to pull out my camera and capture this moment. I'm sitting here, it's 8 p.m. on a Monday night. I just finished a ton of homework and finals. I've been here all day. I just showered, and I just logged on here to YouTube to check things, and we have just hit 10,000 subscribers. That is crazy. Let me make sure I'm not like, okay, good. I had to refresh it just in case it was a glitch. Oh my god, I love you guys. You guys know I joined YouTube for a variety of reasons. One of the main one being, once I was out of treatment for my eating disorder, I really had nowhere else to go. My insurance didn't pay for any further treatment of mine, and I turned to YouTube really as a source of therapy and to connect and share my story with others and just raise awareness for boys who suffer from eating disorders, and everyone, you know, just making the entire community more inclusive. And I didn't really do it for anything else other than that, but of course I did see 10,000 subscribers. I was like, oh my god, that's so great. And so, hi, thank you so much for that. I think a big chunk of my recent subscribers have come from TikTok, which we have just reached over 100,000 followers on. I have about 120,000, which came out of complete left field. So I just want to acknowledge all my TikTok friends and say hi and thank you. If I'm not here on YouTube, I post almost every day on TikTok. I will leave my information down below. I try to make funny videos. I make some about my recovery here and there, some story times, and I try to, you know, incorporate awareness one way or another in a fun and creative way. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on eating disorder content on TikTok. I actually spoke to BuzzFeed News about that a few weeks ago. I'll leave the article down below, and I know a lot of other news outlets are kind of covering this, and other YouTubers, because it's a big thing, and it's there, and some of it's good and some of it's bad, and a lot of it's bad. So let me know if you guys want me to put my 2 cents in that. I feel like I do have a lot to say on that topic. Anyway, so all my thank yous are out of the way. Thank you for being here. I cannot believe how fast things are happening, and I love you guys so much. And alright, so okay, that was only 5 minutes long, it's not bad. So this past week was Nita Awareness Week, and I typically in the past have tried to film and post a video every single day for Nita Week. I didn't do any this year. I was a collaborator with Nita this year for it. You know, I didn't really post as much as I think I would have liked to, because last year when I did, right after I posted like 5 or 6 videos that week, I did really feel burnt out, and then that kind of triggered my whole break on YouTube for like 6 months. So I just felt like a weird association with it. But anyway, I did want to talk about a topic that I saw Nita kind of cover, not really. I saw like a blog post, and it was highlighting some people who are creating content for Nita Week. Sorry, my hat is like going up on my head. And one person, I cannot name who it was. I did not even read the article or the video or the post by this person, but I saw the title of it. And the title was along the lines of, you know, like, we have to talk about when recovery is lonely. And when I first read that, I was kind of shocked. I was like, ooh, that's like not something good to talk about. That's kind of like a negative. I didn't really understand what it meant. I just kind of thought, oh, okay, that's like an interesting title for a post. But as I was thinking about it more and more, I started to think, wow, recovery can be very lonely sometimes, and I wanted to talk about in this video some of my experiences with that. And I do want to just say, first of all, I don't like making this video, and as I just mentioned a second ago, that whole concept, that title set me, like, turned me off in the beginning, because as you guys know, I hope you guys know me by now, I would never want to say or create a video or do anything that wouldn't have a 100% positive recovery, positive attitude. Like, you guys know me enough to know that, but at the same time, I think painting recovery as this perfect picture does just as much harm as like a negative post could do, because people see recovery posts and they think, oh, well, you know, okay, my life is gonna look like this and be like this, and my food intake is gonna look like this, and my social media is gonna look like this, and everything's gonna be so perfect and neat and organized, and that is so not realistic. And I want to just talk about like some of the realities of recovery and some of the things that maybe are not so much talked about because they are not 100% positive things, but they're part of recovery and they're there. I hope it all made sense. I thought this through when I was working this morning. I do retail. I like merchandise, a store, and it's intense, but you have a lot of time to think. So I was thinking like, okay, this is like a good topic because, you know, I mentioned recently how much over the past few months I have been struggling and still struggling. In recovery, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be looking out for yourself 24/7, even when you don't want to, even when nobody else is, and especially when you don't have people regularly in your life who you feel super comfortable talking about these things to. Like, if I name the closest people in my life, like my mom, my aunt, my best friend, like literally I wouldn't talk to them about this stuff on any day. Like just recovery and eating disorder stuff. The only person I feel comfortable talking about that to is my therapist, who I see once every other week. Even with her, I just get nervous. And I think it all just stems from a feeling of not feeling like anybody is going to understand, or people are gonna kind of diminish what you're feeling, or not think it's serious, or not do their part in kind of making you... See, this is a totally random scenario, but somebody in my family has an illness, and it's I don't want to like talk about it too much, but like my family is so knowledgeable about it after he got diagnosed with it, and they're so nitpicky on, okay, well, he's acting like this because of that illness. Like, don't take him seriously here because of that illness. Like, don't take anything he says personal. He's acting like this, he's irritable, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. Because of his illness, we know that, we don't talk about it, we understand it. And then like a second later, something will be said so triggering to me about like what I'm eating or my food. And I think it's just because I have so isolated, you know, my feelings and myself to the point where I don't talk about anything like this, and I just keep it so bottled up. If one day I do really well mentally and I like eat and do well physically, I guess, and I think I have a good body image day and I feel amazing, nobody knows. I know if, you know, if I have a bad day, if I restrict, if I do this, if I do that, nobody knows. You have to be there for yourself when nobody else is, or nobody else, you know, seems like they are. Or maybe they are, but you just don't want to like let them in, or you don't want to talk about it. And it just gets so lonely sometimes. You know, I spend a lot of my time here in my room doing homework, working on videos, on my book, on TikToks. And a lot of my life is spent very alone, very lonely, and I'm not complaining because I like it, and I think I ground myself more when I'm alone. But, you know, I just think sometimes I wish I had more of the ability to talk about how I'm feeling and what I'm struggling with, or what I'm doing well with, what I'm accomplishing. And I just feel like I don't allow myself to feel any of that, you know? And I just feel no one would understand anything. And it's just like, yeah, very lonely and very isolating, and I'm gonna cry. One of the first things that I was taught in treatment, the first day almost, was you have to recover for yourself. You have to choose recovery every single day because you want it, because you want it. And that's a choice you can make every single day, and you have to do it for yourself. It's really easy to say, I know I thought this when I first started treatment, I'm, you know, doing this for my mom, or I want to be around for my niece when she grows up. And I remember saying that once during like a therapy session, like a group, and everyone was like, no. And I was so taken back by it. This one patient was like, oh my god, no, like you have to do it for yourself. And I was so put off by it. I was like, well, if something is making me recover, why is that a bad thing? And now, sitting here 6 years later, I know that when it doesn't feel like you have anybody else there to talk things through and open up with, you do have to know in your heart that you are doing this for yourself. You're doing this for a better relationship with your body, with food, with your mind. And that's, I guess, like recovery in a sentence, you know? So I want to end this video just by saying that if you're struggling, if you're doing well, if you're whatever category you're in of the recovery spectrum, which is so ever-changing, I see you, I'm proud of you, I feel for you, I relate to you. And I wish we could all just like come in a room and talk and hug and vent and do whatever, because doing this alone is hard. And that's, you know, why, you know, support systems and groups are so important. And I don't want to say I don't have that. I do. I have my family, I have my therapist, I have you guys, I have my online friends and my family, but I'm still at a weird point, and maybe it's because I have been struggling, you know, over the past few months, that I just don't feel comfortable talking about it, like, with anyone. Anyway, I love you all so much. I'm gonna go, And hopefully soon, hopefully next week, I will see you guys again. I love you all so much. And yeah, alright, bye guys.